Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Adam here on the 701. I get my mirrors right. The recently refreshed 701. I am heading out to, it's like 45 degrees, I think. It's not warm enough, but we are now paying for insurance on this bike again. Reinsured it. Not reinsured it. What I do is I drop coverage to a comp in the wintertime. Fun fact, North Carolina, you couldn't do that. You had to insure your bikes year-round, which was fine because I could ride year-round. But I was kind of disappointed to not be able to do that, and now I'm back in New Hampshire. I can uninsure these bikes onto comp whenever I want, and then only insure them when I'm going to ride them. So it's really easy to do on the web app to do that. But hey, first riding day of the year, 701 is the first bike to get the winter maintenance. So I did the 2-year service on this. So oil, air, and filters were done. Chain maintenance, just cleaned and lubed. I'm still on the original chain. Look at that water coming out though. We still have ice in the lake, but yeah, it's coming out. You know, Husky says I flush the brake fluid. Husky says to flush the coolant too, but I did that last year, so I was good on that. Basically, and also got my license plate in from the state of New Hampshire. Cheese was taken for Big Cheese. Cheese was taken. They couldn't release it back to me. Someone else had registered it, and so I went with 701 LR. Also, Adam was taken. That was my license plate back in North Carolina. Was Adam, and someone took that. So basically, and she's feeling good. Basically, got a new license plate, 701 LR. Not really sexy or funny, just it's a license plate. I actually didn't know what I was going to talk about when I got on the bike. I just thought I would first ride of the year. I'd be excited. So, oh yeah, so I also ordered today all the stuff I need for the 750 GS and the 1250 GS. All that stuff will be in this weekend. This weekend I'll be up in Burlington, Vermont at the spring strategic planning session with the board, where we'll be getting together and talking about strategy and stuff for the coming year. You'll probably see this on Wednesday or Thursday. So yeah, come up if you're around. We're doing an open board meeting on Saturday afternoon with some drinks and food. So anyone in the Vermont area that wants to come hang out, please drop by. We'll be in Colchester if you see this before then. Next weekend I'm in Miami, Ultra Music Festival, 25th anniversary of that festival, and like the 12th time I've gone. So I'm looking forward to going back with Ben and having a great time. And then, yeah, the weekend after that, I will get all the oil and 12,000 mile maintenance done for the GS. And Heather is getting her annual maintenance done on her F750 GS. And the truck has to get done. The truck, it'll be 70,000 miles the next 2 weeks. And when that happens, I will have to do that maintenance. So, yeah, just spring is the time for oil changes in my household, I guess. That's how it goes. I also go to the snowblower, my end of season snowblower maintenance. So we got 3 more inches of snow on the forecast for this weekend, but I'm hoping that's it. You know, it's the 18th or 19th of March. I'm really hoping that's the end of winter. We have had some huge storms the first week of April in the past, so never say never, but yeah, I'm just hoping this is it and that I can start riding, and trails won't be open reliably until June. But looks like I can start riding on the roads and some of the unpaved roads. Having some fun. Last thing I have to do is get all 3 of our bikes inspected over at Hale's Garage in Infield. He does a great job. Hey, Brake Horn works. This is my horn test. But let's go get some fresh gas in this thing. I'm just heading over to the cafe to get a little bit of work done before I have to go pick up Matilda from the daycare. I have a couple things I want to mention in some videos, upcoming videos about life, about change, about just what's going on in life, and motorcycle stuff, car stuff, house stuff, family stuff. I've been actually thinking a lot about lately, like save it for a vlog. The past few weeks I've had some stuff I want to talk about. I want to save it for a vlog, but this isn't really a video for that. I want to have some better scenery for you all. But I think this is the first video of riding in around New Hampshire though, so that's great. You know, this is your first time seeing back home. I say home because I'm moving back to a place for the first time ever. I always move away from places. I never get to move back. And this is my first time doing this. And so it's just kind of crazy that this is home and we're back. And if you subscribe, if you're one of the, I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 people that subscribe to this channel while I was in North Carolina, then yeah, you're seeing this space for the first time. All right, well, let's get this gas in here, and then that'll be this video, I think. Well, 1.5 gallons of fresh fuel in here, and now we're heading over to the cafe. Yeah, it was a great winter though. I did go ice fishing a couple of times, which was nice. Haven't done that in a few years. I did a little bit out on the lake, but I wanted to get into skiing, but I'll do that next winter, I think. I'm looking forward to going hiking soon. I'm really antsy to get out and, you know, get on the trails, do some camping. Heather and I both kind of agree that the only thing we actually really truly miss about North Carolina was year-round riding, year-round hiking, year-round camping. And actually, that's kind of like mischaracterizing North Carolina a little bit, because for both years we were living in Charlotte, we spent our summers up here because once June, July, August hit down there, it was too hot to camp, hike, and ride. Ride, sure, but like, you know, ride slowly through the woods. It was too hot for that. And there's too many mosquitoes and bugs, and it was too hot to sleep in a tent. And like, you know, we kind of appreciated that we had a house up here we can go to in the summertime. So it's like, you really can't win. It's either too hot or too cold. And so, you know, I think the best of both worlds would be nice for us. I would love to, in 15, 20 years, to have the ability to spend, you know, October through May down in the Carolinas, and then, you know, May through September up here. That would be ideal for me. So we'll see. But busy spring ahead. I think once all this bike maintenance is behind me, I gotta reset my spending a little bit. It's been expensive. I put Moscow bags in the 701. I'll get off in a second, I'll show you guys. I put Moscow bags in the 701, which you've already seen the video, I assume. And I plan on using this all summer for my local riding and camping. I want to put like 2,000, 3,000 miles on this bike this year. It has 3,800 miles total, and I owned it for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So I really need to get this thing broken in. I want to put on new sprocket and chain and tires this fall on this thing. I want to ride it that much. So I finally got luggage for it after 5 years of not using luggage, and I'm gonna camp off it all summer. Anything in the state of Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine, it's gonna be a 701 a trip, and the GS will be used for trips where I go outside of that area. So that's the goal. We're at the quote-unquote cafe. You laugh. This is my only cafe in town, though. Well, yeah, I'll get off and show you guys the setup we have here, and then I'm gonna go in and get a few work documents complete. But it sure is good to get on the bike in March. You know, there's not been many years that I've been able to do that. I did one a couple years on my 2018 GSA, where I went up to North Conway and did the Kank. Did the Kank like the 3rd or 4th week of March, and it was icy and snowy up there. So it was a you know, not a great experience. Anyway, here's the 2025 look. So BC35 on one side, BC25 on the other, with 4 of the aux box. That's an extra 18 liters of storage in aux box. And then my tent bag, and my tent poles in the back. Only thing coming is a Seat Concepts seat cover for this LR pan. But yeah, the LR is going to be a nicely rigged out thing for this year. If I need to, I have a Stinger 20 from Moscow I can put on the back here and mount it up. But there's the new license plate too, which is the 701LR license plate. It's pretty cool looking. And maybe this way I can avoid breaking my my front fuel tank on the LR, which is nearly irreplaceable. I think there's only 10 or so of these left in the United States. 10 of these fuel tanks left in KTM's warehouse. I should bite the bullet and buy one, the 350, just to have it. Because if I ever break that fuel tank, it's going to be hard to get it after a few more years. So just one last clip here. We usually get a lot of, the springtime is supposed to melt, but I think this is insane. We have a lot more water than we usually do this time of year. This is an insane amount of melt. Like the actual water is crazy high. Look at this. Holy moly. We never had this much water. This is insane. Look at this. Wow. That is so much freaking water. I gotta go down to the other side of the this is the river that feeds into my lake. But this is never like, this is, usually this is insane. Let's go look at the other side of it. Oh man, it's like over here too. Wow. And I'm gonna guess it's just crazy high. Whoa! Yeah. Super duper high. Wow. That's insane. Then of course there's the ice that was getting as thick as 21 inches in some spots about a month ago, but nah, all the ice fishing houses are gone now. If they're not gone, they've fallen in. I don't see any holes where any fell in, but you can see water now, so that's over. You can ice fish from January 1st to March 31st, but we haven't gotten to March 31st in a long time.